Shout out to everybody here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Hope you're having a good time. We're going to have a quick intro, hello, and we're out. Fast Sunday morning update for you. Let's get it in. I'll be there soon. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. My name's Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Welcome to my show. This is my crypto show. This is the channel. Let's go over Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. God bless each and every one of you. BitLayer was the one thing we were looking at. It actually did break out there a little bit and got to move to the upside. This one actually might cook. So I would put that on the radar. BitLayer. First thing I'm kind of showing you right now. This was from last night. It just happened to be on the screen. I didn't even think about it. So you got lucky if you just showed up. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here and being amazing. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's take a look at BTC. We look to stay inside this chop. It kind of shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Took a dump back down to 67.5. We're just looking for sideways chop here on a Sunday. I wouldn't do anything until, 6 p.m., but it does look more bearish than bullish at the present moment. It looks more like we're going to form this bear flag now and continue lower. At the end of the day, this is what you have to assume is going to happen. I just want to make everybody clear, right? I'll take a long and still tell you that it's likely we dump, but just to see if we can make the risk versus reward. So, sad thing is that made a lower high. I wanted to see that really push out. That was a beautiful flag that we formed. This is the weirdest thing ever. This is I guess it is bear market times, but we just keep making tight channels, the volume, everything, and then it dies off the second we get a move or we hit resistance. People aren't afraid. They don't want to stay in trades. People are willing to sell a trade way faster than before. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. So if you're scalping, you're in and out, and that's affecting liquidity. And then there's less liquidity. So you have less liquidity, and you have people getting in and out as fast as humanly possible. So it's making it hard to make a buck out here in crypto. It really is. It's not easy. You got to take smaller position sizes, little by little. Just take nibbles and be happy with smaller gains. The idea here is not to get wrecked chasing low volume. A lot of people are going to lose money chasing setups that don't make sense. Even my structures and my strategies have to be fine-tuned. I have to do them at less times. I have to do them at the most opportune times. You can see, they're obviously, we were in the money. It wasn't the worst. Okay, I just want to make that clear. If you took any of these strategies, you ended up in the money. This trade here is still up $238, but who knows? We'll see. The key is to always have risk handled so you don't really stress the trade. Let's take a look at the bigger time frame, move on in. We did spend a good time last night really breaking down the charts. So there's not, if you were here last night, not much else to go over, but we'll see. Something could have shifted or changed, or just a candle or a movement here. So the idea is we're below 71.5. You got to get back above it to remain bullish. Otherwise, it shows that you could go to 47,000, right? 58K. This is just likely. You got to get a candle back above this yellow line here at 71.3, 71.5. You got to get the March candle to close green, create a tweezer bottom. As I know now, we're not going to know what's going to happen until the end of March. It's really that simple. When March ends, we're going to be able to see if it's a red candle, then we know we're still going down. If it's a green candle, there's a chance we actually reverse. Shout out to my people from the Philippines, all around the world. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. We move into the 2 week, into the weekly. And as I tell everybody, the weekly just looks like it's going to make a bear flag and continue lower. This is the most likely scenario. You're in a bear market and you're in a downtrend. You must trade the trend, right? Even on the macro. So right now you have to assume Bitcoin's going to go lower, somewhere down to $38,000, $39,000. I keep seeing 38K. It's come to my mind hundreds of times. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just keeps saying if we do hit a low, I feel and I have to come to terms with, when I first heard it in my mind, I was like, no. Then I said it again, and now I've said it 500 times to myself. So now I'm completely comfortable with 38,000. I'm okay with it. A lot of people are not. When I say 38K, how many people get scared? How many people get sick? How many people freak out? Just be honest. A lot of people don't want 38K, but a lot of people here do. They say, hey, those would be great prices for me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're looking for the sideways price action to the downside on the weekly. If you're new to the channel, just jumping on in. You've never seen me before. I do top-down analysis every single day for Bitcoin. We start for the monthly. We go all the way back down. So, a lot of days we end up scalping the 1 minute time frame. It's crazy. But I can show you how to trade any single asset on any single time frame with my indicators. It's pretty awesome. So 5-day chart showing signs of life with some type of support. And the 3-day chart still just keeps kind of just doing a bit of nothing, to be honest. And then here we are. I get rid of the bigger projection because you don't need it right now. That's for bigger time frames. Okay, and that's why I'm always projecting to see what's happening. But this idea is that we're in a bear flag here on the daily. And we're going to collapse. I mean, look at the daily now. It needed to form a green. Remember, yesterday's candle was tweezer top. It was bearish to me. You know, when you close a red candle next to a green one and there's 2 wicks, it's usually a bearish sign. So, and now the next day candle is red again, right? So it looked like we could have a double bottom. The open-minded guy had to think maybe, but at the end of the day, it looks so much more likely we're going to bear flag out of this to the downside. So do we start to short the market? I think a short right there with a stop below the wick, a head short could be a good idea. I'm beginning to give up on the longs. Like, I mean, I got into a long here. I sold the top. I got into a long here. I'm still in with the stop loss below, right? This long here is up 230. It's like they're making it very tough even to scalp the market now. It is the weekend, though. So we're looking for this to go sideways for 1 or 2 days and then dump on Tuesday or Wednesday. That looks like the most likely scenario. I wouldn't be surprised if they rip it up in short squeeze. See, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to show up every day and watch the price action. If we get above the 15-minute 200, the 21 crosses, I'm going to take a long. If we get below the 15-minute 200, the 21 crosses, I'm going to take a short. You get it? I'm just going to short or long whatever the market tells me to do. I don't know what's going to happen. I can tell you what's likely going to happen. Right now, the charts are telling me we're likely going to go further down to $53,000, $54,000. So that's, to me, the most likely scenario. Starting to look like a descending triangle. Let me right? It's starting to look way more like a descender. And descenders love to break to the downside. If you watch my channel, you know I'm probably the king of the descending triangle. I don't know if anyone shows it as much as me. See, I'm an old school trader, man. I still show the old school stuff that most people forgot about. I go back to the past. But this is what got people paid back in the day. All right. The trade of the week is gold to me. I see no matter what happens, it looks like gold's going to rip no matter what happens to Bitcoin. So I'm kind of stuck on that idea. And the next week, I'll be mainly trading gold as my bigger trade. And that's kind of like going to be the big payday for me if it pans out. And then I'm just going to be kind of lightly watching Bitcoin to see if I can scalp it. I have bought the lows as if this was the bottom. The fear and greed hit lows I've never seen before, so I had to buy the bottom. You know, that tells me that this has to pump to the upside. Like how the fear and greed index being at a 5 and a 6, I've never seen it not call the bottom. So like that was crazy, that dump, you know what I mean? I've never seen 5 and 6 not be the bottom. So this will be the first time in my life that we go lower when the fear and greed is this low. It'll be an anomaly for me. So that's what has me kind of like confused in a way. Because I'm like, well, every time we've gotten here, we've bounced. And it is trying to it's attempting a bounce. And I'm so open-minded that I can't tell myself what's going to happen. I got to stick to what could be and then just trade whatever I see. All right. Remember, trading is not knowing what's going to happen. It's having a select set of rules and probabilities based on what you see and taking them when you see them. That's it. It's not as, right? Yeah, in the 50-minute time frame, the most consistent is to use Sam's model. No, I mean, I don't know. I think it depends on how much you're using it. If you use the 1 minute all the time, you'll become more consistent on the 1 minute. If you use the 15 minute, the 1 minute's not going to work as well on Saturdays, Fridays, Thursdays, Mondays, right? It's going to work better Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you have to understand that you are, susceptible to the volume in the market. And when the market gives you more volume, you can handle more. Your trades will play out better. When the market gives you less volume, your trades will play out less. Doesn't matter how good and how strong your strategies are. Okay. This is a descending triangle to me. It looks like it's going to dump to the downside. I see more downside, telling me to kind of give up on the longs here for they're getting in my head pretty well. And that's why when you set up a long, you almost can't think about what's going to happen to price. Like you get in here, you put a stop below the wick, and you just decide to get stopped out or not. It's the only way you're going to really win. Because if you start, because it's going to look bearish and bullish. It's like right now it looks real bearish. But this could turn green at the end of the day and then flip back up. You panic sell that trade. So trading is really tough because they're going to make it look, especially right now, these are one of the toughest times of trading. They're going to make it look a certain way, but that's not how it's going to be. They're going to keep playing with your mind over and over and over. And it's going to look short, then it's going to look long, short, long, short, long. And it's going to be very, very tough. Okay. The U.S. women hockey team has the gold, baby. Yep. Wait, tokenized gold is absolutely mooning right now on the 1 minute. Funny, it's not tokenized gold. Just to be clear. It's not tokenized gold. All right. Yeah, I never looked at it as such. It's a coin. It's a token. Right. Just being honest. Sorry. Don't mean to be rude. Sorry, don't mean to be rude to you. Sorry, sir. Yeah, PAXG, man, we talked about PAXG mooning. Funny, why is this, Let's see here. Well, we talked about PAXG making a big move to the upside. We went over it many times on the channel. And I was even showing you that PAXG BTC was the play. Like, that was the one we were looking at the most, if you remember correctly. But yeah, man. And this is why we got a gold trade open. This is gold. You see, this is gold right now. Gold is breaking out. And gold wants to continue further to the upside, man. I wonder how they do that. How does PAXG stay 24/7, but gold opens? I guess the price of gold's always around, and then the market adjusts to it when it opens. I don't know. That's a weird question. But yeah, I see PAXG headed higher. I see gold headed higher. All right. He said 1 minute is scary. 5 or 15 for me. Thank you for your input. Amen. To me, the 1 minute is very simple. Once you start trading the 1 second, the 1 minute is easy. Yeah. Bro, I'm behind you in the game. Spoiler alert. You're funny. Easy paper gold. Yeah, so that's kind of what I see today. I mean, with the daily starting red already, this has to flip, and it looks like it's not. I mean, you got a tweezer top there that suggests you're coming back to the bottom of the channel. That's kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. I got to say that looks bearish. Shorting the tweezer top is probably the likely scenario here to make some gains. I see Sam running like Flash Gordon in 4 weeks. I think so. I think so. I'm taking the BBC 157 and the TB 500. I'm taking the Wolverine stack. A lot of people said it did cut their time in half. It's funny how I'm doing something the doctors don't tell me that, you do your, when you're a maverick, when you push everything in your life, you never do exactly what you're told. You always find out your own balance, your own sauce, your own sense of self, and you go for it. Right? So I'm excited. Today I feel better than ever, man. I feel better than ever. I took a fall yesterday. So this is so funny. I am an old man, and I'm going to tell you a story about me, right? So I ordered the H-Bota chair, as we talked about yesterday, right? And I thought I ordered it with battery, right? But it said without battery, and I clicked it really quick. So I ordered it without a battery, right? Which kind of stinks because you want to have it, you want to be able to see what it's like when it's turned on. I actually kind of want to plug this puppy in and see what it does. I got the plug right here. See if I can plug it, but it's supposed to like ergonomically move with. The point of this chair is that, oh my God, no. I always do something stupid, man. My camera just fell on the ground with a beautiful lens. Like, oh my God, I just knocked this camera on the ground. They're pretty durable these days, but dang, man. Oh my God. I always do something in my office, man. Now that my foot hurt, I can never seem to move right. Hold on, I just want to see if I can plug this thing in for a second. All right, I got it like plugged in now, which is pretty cool. And it plugs in really nice with like a magnetic. Yeah, look, I'm going to close that trade. I'm closing my trade here on BTCC. Bitcoin doesn't look good. Yeah, I have to be honest. Like, I was tracking a bullish move, and it just looks garbage to me. It looks complete garbage. What did it just do? Oh, God, I thought I closed my gold position. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, so I just closed my Bitcoin position, man. I said, no way. Like, I'm done. I just, I still got the 4 hour. I went 1,000 for 6,000. I'll lose $1,000 on MEXC. Because just why not? Because I've been in it for like a week straight, and I just can't, you know what I mean, if they rip it. But, I mean, this is starting to look like a descending triangle to me. I got to be honest with myself. Like, no emotions here, just what I'm seeing in the charts. And that looks bearish to me. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, rejection at the 200. It looks like you're going to just go tighter, and you're going to roll over. Some are down to $58,000, $57,000. Could even go down to $54K. So, I've turned into, I was looking for the reversal. I like to see it right now. I have to be honest. Maybe something changes. I still have the long open in case. That's the thing. We'll rip it, and then I'll show a little gain in the back. But he said he was bearish. I just explained that. I kept a long open in case. So, like, it's hard to track exactly what, a pro trader's doing because we're doing a lot of different things at once. We're not just doing one thing. You know what I mean? So, low heat. We don't want any heat. Supposed to like move with your pillow or backward. No heat. Massage. High massage. I don't feel it. Does it not work with the battery? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'll have to do this alone. But it's not massaging me right now. The power button on. Smart track. Smart track. It's supposed to like, I don't know, man. Who knows? I have no idea what's going on. Manual adjust, smart track. This thing's crazy. High massage. I put on massage. I don't feel a dang thing. I don't feel nothing. So I don't know, man. Anyway, how's the foot? My foot's okay. Yeah, I got a new chair. That's what I've been kind of dealing with. Yeah, so Bitcoin looks bearish to me, man. It looks like it's rolling over, bro. I have to be honest. It looks like I should start to short it. I don't like opening up shorts on a Sunday, but I mean, that's a rejection of 68,000 this weekend. And it's turning into a descending triangle. So, like, I was bullish on the reversal. I gave it everything I could. And now I can see that, like, it's just telling me no. Like, it's telling me no. Like, that had to keep pushing out. You had to make the double bottom. You didn't make a lower high. That's a descender, man. I know what I know, and I see what I see. So, I would prepare for more downside for Bitcoin. Also, on the macro technical analysis video, we looked at tethered dominance. If you remember, tethered dominance looked like it was going to rip, which isn't good for BTC. You see? Like, look at that. I mean, it's like, it looks like it's in a bit of an uptrend. So as Bitcoin sits in a bear flag, this looks like it's in a more of a bull flag, right? This is the opposite of Bitcoin. So I don't know, man. That looks bullish to me. And if that's bullish, that means people are going to jump into tether, which means there's about to be a nasty dump. It looks like it might start tonight. So I'm just warning you right now on this Sunday morning. It looks like Bitcoin may be about to take a massive dump. I have to be honest. And I don't like being the guy that says this to everybody. I don't want to scare you today and make you have to think about things you don't want to. But I mean, we closed a red candle next to a green one on the daily. It's lower than the previous high. To me, that's bearish. You know, we had our chance. So I got to be honest. Doesn't look good to me, right? Billy ate some chimichangas. You're funny. 100% descending triangle, and lately descenders are always breaking down. Yeah, like 100% of the time they're dumping. I'm watching Jamaican YouTuber cooking jerk chicken. You're funny. About to go to the back of the bus. Just modding and chilling. Shout out to Josh Hanks. Thank you. Mostly it's algos, not people. It's all the books. We need to do the calculations. Yeah. You know, I learned today that the Jesuits are in control. So it was the Jesuits, okay? They propped up a certain people, put them in control all the time, everywhere, okay? Because they want you to focus on those people, not on them, all right? They're the ones pulling the strings behind the scenes this whole time. They're the black popes, understand? Anyway, a lot has been revealed to me this week. I can't really reveal all my sources, but you know what I mean? Everyone is pointing at one group, but it's not them. It's the people behind them, man. Anyway, all this will come to light over time. Have faith that God, the good shall inherit the earth. God told us that. So have faith, man. It's going to look ugly and bad for a long time. A lot is coming out right now. See, if you were a deep diver and an OG, who's a deep diver OG conspiracy theorist? Like you were into Roswell, New Mexico. You know what I mean? You were doing, you've been deep diving since Phil Schneider got his finger shot off. You know about deep underground military bases, DUMBs. If you're one of the OGs like me, You were into MUFON, Wesley Strieber. You were, who here was heavy into UFOs for years? You know who Alex Coley is. You know who the Pleiadians is. You know who the Zeta Reticuli. You know about the reptilians. You know about the 57 different species of aliens. You know about Andromeda, the Pleiadians, right? So at the end of the day, our wallets will not become that if the Jesuits or the Rothschilds or someone else. We need to focus on the charts. Amen. I believe you. Yeah. I like what you're saying. Yeah. So anyway, if you're an OG like me, you knew a lot of the things that are coming out to be true. Like you knew that there was people doing that stuff to kids. You knew people were eating baby. Like you knew this stuff. I don't want to, you know what I mean? You knew this stuff though. You did. And you verified it. You could tell it was true. You knew there was a cult. You knew there was the Freemasons, and you knew they were the Zionists, and you knew all this, and they were all intermingled. And so, exactly. Been in a tinfoil hat wearer for 15 years. Yeah, I get most of you are, because that's the kind of person I am, and that's who the algorithm would send my way. So most of you are people that, and that's why you like Bitcoin. That's why you got into crypto, because you went deeper into the veil. Sam, I have improved my English just by listening to you. That's amazing. I'm so happy that you are better speaking at English. That's why I try to pronunciate very well. And I always want to make sure that we're speaking clearly. And even when I speak fast, look how much you learned. And we used to do like a word of the week or a word of the day. We'd pick a word. Like, let's do one today. Exculpate. Exculpate, right? EXCULPATE. All right? I'll just teach you words, man. To clear from a change or imputation of fault or guilt. To vindicate from accusation. So like if someone says you did something, but you become exculpated, right? It means that they found out that you weren't the one that did it, okay? They tried to sculpt you into the one that did it, right? They sculpture. See, sculpture is to place something in, right? To make a sculpture, you place it. So they try to say, you were there, you did it. We sculptured you into that idea. And you said, no, I'm exculptured from that. I'm exculpated, right? And then you can see the Latin roots coming into English, a Germanic language. I studied Latin for 6 years. It changed my life, all right? I understand so much about the English language through studying Latin. Exculpatory evidence, 100%. 100%. Yeah. And so that is your word of the day, folks. All right, for Bitcoin. Now, could Bitcoin still turn around and get bullish? Could there be some sense of bullishness? There's a chance. But I have to be honest. I mean, let's take a look at that 15 that was looking bullish. If it got rejected by the 200 moving average, and that's no good. Yeah, so we were planning this beautiful move, again, the 21 above the 200, and it turns into a head and shoulder, Now, maybe this flips and starts to rip again, and they rip up the shorts. It could happen. Anything could happen. I could be completely wrong here, folks. I'm just giving you what I see as most likely. It does tell you that enter a short with a stop above 68.6 could be that, like right there, could end up being a very advantageous high there. So I'm almost thinking of doing it right now, even though it's not the best time. Interesting. But, and I when I woke up this morning, I thought I'd just go and see some sideways Bitcoin. I didn't think I'd be so overly bearish here. You could still make a higher low and dig out of this. There's a chance it's a cup and handle. I'm so open-minded that anything is possible. But, man, right now, at this present moment in time, that's bearish. I see bearishness. Yeah. I see a rejection by this top trend line. I see a descending triangle beginning to form. I see a negated double bottom that could have been beautiful. And so, yeah, I mean, it looks like more downside. Again, Bookmap also suggesting a dump down to 67,000 in the interim. And that's also coinciding with what I see happening. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. Yeah. Exactly. So again, I could be wrong. Let's see what happens. It's low volume on the weekends. We could just pump right back to the upside here. And then I'll be like, oh, well, we're back up again. I'll keep my 4-hour long open, but I'm really starting to consider that I got to start thinking about opening up a short. Either here with a stop loss above here. If we mingle here with a stop loss above here. And we break down maybe here with a stop. You know what I mean? It's starting to call our name. So we got to start realizing that this low is likely going to get taken out. We're going to come to 58,000. And it just looks very likely to me. I could be wrong, but that's my update for Bitcoin on the day. That's what I see happening. And yeah, and again, watch your 1 minute. Maybe it gets back above the 200 moving average. Maybe we start a kind of little bit of a movement back today, but it doesn't look likely to me. All right, a little bit of bull div there. I get it, but I don't know. See a little bit of bullish divergence. The RSI swinging up while price action swinging down. But you still got resistance at 67. So I got dry powder waiting for Bitcoin. And I'll be buying Bitcoin at 30K, at 40K, at 50K. And I'll be waiting 5 years. And that's kind of my plan. All right. And right now I do see a possible long to be open, right? I mean, a short to be open right now. Right at this tweezer top. With a stop above maybe one of these highs like 69.5, 68.5, 69.5, wherever you feel comfortable. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is a reality TV show of my life, right? Just like Steve will do it, likes to do a reality TV show of his life. This is just my life. My reality show is that I just sit here for hours a day playing with the charts, right? Okay. Jumping the border. So there you go. That's what I see happening for Bitcoin. Doesn't look amazing. I am not in a short just yet. I want to make that very clear. I'm not in a short just yet, but it is looking like more and more like this may be the best entry right now before it gets worse because you're closer to the dump point. Shoulder, head, and shoulder right there. A bear flag dump. That was a descending triangle right here. Let me show you. You get this, and you're going to see these all the time, and they go flat out the bottom. They just straight up. Straight shot out the bottom, like every time. And again, that's the model technically the other way, though, because there's the 21 above the 200, Looks like you're going to head back to the bottom of the channel, and then you're inside a decenter. You can't do that. You can't lower low when you're trying to reverse out of a pattern. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. You do whatever makes you happy. I can't force you. All I can do is show up every single day and give you guys my knowledge. And if it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know what else I can do. By God as my witness, that's all I can do. So I'd stay away from altcoins unless I was shorting them, right? Right? That KITE, I just want to see that KITE. That KITE AI was out of control. Just curious. Yeah, it looks like, well, it did get the bounce though. But look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Again, I would wait a long time for consolidation. I wouldn't touch this for at least, I'd say a couple weeks, right? March 4th or 5th, something like that. All right, everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump back in and hang out with my kids for most of the day and lay down and just relax my leg because there's nothing else I can do right now until I get these stitches out on Friday. So I'm stuck in limbo with my body. So if you can go out today and go for a walk, if you can ride your bike, I can't. So remember, and again, it's not for life. I'll be back. I don't want to act like it's over for me. I'm not paralyzed. I don't even like saying that word. Shout out to anyone that is paralyzed. I feel for you. I have just a piece of what it would be like to not be able to use certain factions of my body, and it's not easy at all. So if you can't walk out there, if you're missing a leg, if you have to limp, I feel you. If you're missing a leg, missing an eye, whatever it is, I feel you. I'm handicapped right now, and it's not fun. If a man came and tried to attack me right now, like I normally, I would do everything I can not to use, you know what I'm saying? Like a lethal force, but like I have no choice. So like I stay strapped all the time now. I'm like, stay away from me. You know what I mean? Like I can't throw you off. I can't avoid you. I can't do nothing. I'm stuck, man. So makes me feel a little nervous. Makes me feel vulnerable as a man. My wife's looking at me like he can't even move. You know what I mean? So it's not easy, man. It's tough mentally. It's way tougher mentally than I thought it was going to be. This is a very tough mental injury, a torn Achilles. I can only imagine Jason Tatum when he fell that day and they lost the playoff game, right? He fell down. Next thing you know, he's in the hospital bed that night. He got surgery the next morning, and now he still isn't back yet, right? That happened in June or July. And he's going to miss this entire season getting himself back to square one, right? So, also the market's dumping, right? People don't want to be in trading groups right now. Like the viewership is low on YouTube. Like this isn't easy for someone like me. This is tough. It's a tough time, Good thing I squirreled away, I squirreled away things when things were good. Good thing I took profits when things were good. Good thing I paid off my mortgages when things were good. You see what I'm saying? Because you never know. You never know. That's why you don't overspend. You don't act stupid. Right? You stay thankful and you stay grateful for everything you make, because that way you don't squander it when it's important, right? So, I don't know. This thing's supposed to track my lumbar. I don't see it doing nothing. I don't see it doing nothing right now. It's supposed to do heat, massage, all that. It's not doing nothing. I got massage on high right now. Nothing. I'm like waiting. I'm like, come on. I'd stay off the smaller time frames. And again, you never know. We could be pumping to 69,000 tomorrow and you all come back. There was the guy that was overly bearish. It looks bearish today. I got to tell you what I see. All right. You're my role model, Sammy. Stay strong. God bless you. Thank you. God bless. You will be well soon. Thank you. Sammy, you still have the heart of a king. Thank you. Yeah. You've got this, Sammy. Yeah. Does the controller itself need a battery? No. It's a good question. No, when I press on, it turns on. See? It's retractable, but like, it always wants to retract. Like, it never wants to sit. Maybe there's an on button. Oh, there's like a USB charger, and there's this like magnetic charger that just turns on. Maybe the chair needs a charge. No, it's got no battery. Like, maybe it doesn't work without the battery. Low heat, medium heat. I want to vent. I'm sweating. Heat off. I don't know. I'll do this alone, but I need help, as you can see. All right. But I see Bitcoin dumping to the downside. I hope I got you guys aware of what's happening today right off the bat on Sunday morning. It's looking, and you never know. Maybe it rips all the way back to the upside, man, and takes out all the shorts. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do to Bitcoin, right? But when I just look at the charts and I don't get emotional, I see a descending triangle about to take us lower. It looks like it could take 2-3 days of consolidate, like a dump, a pump, a dump, a pump. Like, it might be Friday or Thursday before this thing lets go. You see what I mean? We might be really early for this short here. So, why are you guys talking about Dave Digital? I love Dave Digital. God bless Dave. How you doing, Dave? Get in the sun if you can. If you can't get pre-workout citrine angine to open those arteries. Yeah, I've been in the sun every day. I've been lying in the sun for like 2-3 hours a day, and drinking bone broth and taking BPC 517, 157 peptide. So I'm doing everything I can, man, to bounce back as strong as I humanly possibly can. And again, you never know. I might be scalping today if the 1 minute gets above the 200. Unlikely on a Sunday, though. But hey, there could be a reversal there. I see it more as another descending triangle. See what happens? Everything just keeps descending. How many times have you heard me say the word descending triangle in the last 3 weeks? It's like, or a month and a half. It's been every day, every couple of days. Possible cup and handle in the 1 minute right now, but it doesn't look amazing. I took my $200, man, and I walked away. I was up 700 last night. So, visualization plus peptides for the win. Yeah, and I even made, what's crazy? I asked Grok to visualize like what it would look like for me to heal. So I have a picture of healing in my mind. See what I mean? This is all real. And look, this is what it will look like. There's the tendon. The tendon got pulled apart, right? There's the little breaks, and then it's just going to slowly get nice and tight. And it's going to just, it's all going to go back into place. I think that's really the tendon there, or that's actually a bone. So, But amazing, man. Grok made this for me. I asked it. I said, can you make it look like a tendon taking peptides? I told I was taking peptides. It made it. And there's me in the sun showing me. I've been in the sun, man. That's all I've been doing. My dad used to sit in the sun. I swear the sun is the answer. That very clarifies the mind, man. Right? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that, Paul. I love when people are nice. I mean, there's no one left. Like, all the influencers are gone, man. Like, they weeded out anybody that does this. Like, if I've been just doing it for so long, so, right? Trump welcomes top crypto figures to Florida. Bitcoin Ben. Hanging out with Centenni and what the, I don't even know, man. USA Hockey, Mar-a-Lago, double drink. What's this on? Secret Service or Mar-a-Lago? Always looking. Two options. Listen on Twitter, stand outside Mar-a-Lago and listen to the Trump scream about, right? How to listen to Ron DeSantis' 20 presidential campaign announcement. That's funny. Is he really? No. Secret Service shot and killed an armed intruder who perpetrated the security perimeter at Mar-a-Lago this morning. The man in his 20s was carrying a shotgun and a fuel can. Wow. Wow. So Secret Service shot and killed an armed intruder who penetrated the secure perimeter at Mar-a-Lago this morning. So creepy, man. A photo of shotgun and gas can at the Mar-a-Lago intruder had been released. A gas can. Neighbors had been asked to check their security cameras for more videos of this guy. He made his way to Mar-a-Lago. Crazy. Funny, why did Donald Trump have a full scale of the Ark of the Covenant made out of real gold at his home in Mar-a-Lago? It's amazing, right? Something's going on, man. They know things we don't. Man shot and killed after unauthorized entry into security perimeter at Mar-a-Lago, says Secret Service. Crazy. Crazy. Models threatened by Melania and Trump with harsh punishment after snapping covered photos of Barron during Christmas. It was so funny. Anyway, as you can see, yeah, not much going down. It does look bearish to me, man. I really feel like we got to short this. Like, I feel like it's it's an early entry on the short of the resistance on the 4-hour time frame. The daily red candle, right? We could wait for the next candle to close, but we already had a tweezer top confirmed. So it's suggesting that you do go lower here. Huh. Bitcoin, man. Playing games, right? Anyway, I think I put it out pretty clear today, right? Makes sense to me. And that's why I show up open-minded. Like, it can't be a certain way. It could be whatever way it says it is. No matter how much I want it to be something, it can't be whatever you want it to be. It's got to be whatever you take the charts one step, one day at a time. So we're going to take profit at 56, right? The way it would do is take profit at 56,154 for me. Stop loss would be at 69,389. And let me see what that looks like. And that would be a short call. For me right now, that would be about 2,000 for 12,000. I figure it's, kind of a smart look. Like, if it, because if it goes the other way, I can trade back up. I'll trade up a grand or two. I'll probably be up, a break even on it. But if it takes a massive dump, I'm covered for the dump. It's weird, man. I've been overly bullish this whole time, waiting on that bottom. This red candle, this could flip green today, though. I almost could wait for today's daily candle to close. It could turn into a wick and rip back up and turn into a double bottom. See, I get they could do anything. But I just feel like the short is the most likely scenario right now. There you go. So I took a head short there. I just felt like it's a smart idea. I'll show you here on BTCC. I don't like opening up trades on Sunday, though. 54,564. And the stop was going to be at 69,389. Hold on, that ain't right. Hold on. Stop loss. 69,389. No, that's way too big of a position. That doesn't make sense. Hold on. I'll have to eat a fee here. Hold on. I'm going to short. Take profit's going to be at 56,154. All right. The stop loss has to be above 69,389. Call it 390, right? Advanced. You got to drag this. Get the price. Advanced. That's the bone broth?
And collagen.
I want these kids to fix this chair for their money.
Can you taste it? It's not that hot. It's perfect.
It's good.
Oh God, that was.
Is it too much sodium though? Am I drinking too much salt? So salty, like.
When I gave it to you without the extra flavor.
I know, but I got to get over that, right? I might have to just drink it the real way, like.
Can you?
I just chug it down, like. It tastes like bone, you know. Kind of like it's got like a. Yeah, whatever. Thank you, BB. That's my wife, man. She's tough on me. She really is. She's hard on me, man. She likes to, you know, she's like a strong mama. That's 3,000 for 8,000 now. I want to go a little small ball than that. 27. I like the 2. There we go. So I hit that. I hit confirm. You click the button again. You open short. It's got the limit. If we dump, we'll dump into the short, right? That'll limit in. This is the only thing I on weeks, if I limit in here, it keeps the support. It keeps the take profit and the stop loss, right? See here, I'll drag it down and it'll confirm that I'll jump into the trade. Now it takes the trade. So take profit, we drag down. You see this? To there. It says 10, 11, and stop loss we drag up to 69,389. And that's about $2,000. Pretty close to the bone. They could reverse this and knock us out really quick. I'm trading it based off this red candle next to this green candle. Just like if you had traded this red candle next to this green candle and you put the stop here, you would have prevailed. Same as you've done here, same as you've done here. So I'm just taking advantage of the presence that they're giving us. So as you can see, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, man. And I'm not risking tons of money. That's the thing. See, I'm not an idiot. I don't give back what I've made. I risk a little bit. I might make, if I make $100,000, I might risk 4 or 5 grand of it, but I don't risk 50 to 60 of it. I'll tell you that. You know, every time I make $100,000, like 80 of it's going into real estate that's cash flowing. That way the cash flow keeps coming back in, and then I can put that money back into big crypto when the market gets to see. Bear market, take out your money. Realize it's not going to move. Hold capital. Put capital into real estate. Let the real estate start producing cash. Once the cash starts coming back, start stacking the cash for when the market goes low again. There's ways to do this. I've been doing it for so long, right? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I somehow have turned $500 into over dang near, I don't even know, well over 5 million. How I did it, I don't know. Okay. I just showed up every day. I believed in God. I put my head down, and next thing you know, I had a plethora. Like I had I had a treasure trove in front of me. And I tell everybody, just believe in God. Put your head down. Be good to your wife, right? Formulate moral plans. Stick to those moral plans. Be an honorable person that other people can depend on. Show up every single day. Don't make excuses for why you can't be who you want to be. And people will see that you're the person they want to be around. Nobody wants to be around someone that's undependable. Everyone wants to be around a dependable person. There's nobody that says, hey, that guy shows up every day. Oh, I don't want him as a friend. Everybody wants someone around that shows up every day. People want to be around people that go for it. All right. Yeah, so wow, this looks like we're going to have a nasty drop here. And I would love to be wrong and have this break out to the upside. I'll get stopped out. I'll scalp the other way on my week's account, and we'll call it break even, and then we'll be able to go in again. All right. Questioning whether I should just cut off my 4 hour long on MEXC, because it's like, what's the point, right? I really believe that we were going to reverse. Like I had, from here, I called the bottom. We got in. We made some good money. The volatility was fun. Don't let one cat a shadow on your shine. Exactly. You know, Billy Joel said at the end of every concert, don't take no ish from anybody, right? I want to ask Rock that. What did Billy Joel say at the end? That's what I heard from somebody. I don't know if it's true, but this is what I heard, right? If I got hired a lot because I'm consistently showing up every day, even weekends, 100%. Dude, come to Florida. Everyone right now, Florida, good place, nice people, slow work ethic. Nothing like the Northeast. Nothing like how they act in the Northeast. Like, it's just not the same. You know what I mean? And so because of that, you know, you come down here with that Northeast work ethic, people are going to start talking about you. Like, that guy showed up. That guy was better than and your phone will ring off the hook. So if you're smart, you know what you're doing, and you do bathrooms, you do plumbing, there's a bunch of old people down here that can't lift a freaking finger. They can't do a thing. Right? There's always AC breaking. There's always something to be fixed down here in Florida. The heat, you know what I mean? Hurricanes, all that. So you get yourself down to Florida, man, and you start working. You call yourself Northeast work ethic, straight up, like Northeast. Call yourself something like Boston Tech. I'm telling you right now, like, no, you know what I mean? You'll blow everyone out the water here. They show up late. They say they're going to be at 4, call at 4:30 and say, can we do it tomorrow? Like, they do stuff I'd never seen people do in Boston. Everyone, you know, 90% of people in Boston, like the workers, they're hardcore, man. They're making a couple $100,000 a year at least. They're grinding. They got a couple guys working, electrician trucks, you name it, you know, carpenters, you know, contractors. Guys are on point, man, in the Northeast. I tell you right. And I can't say every single time, but in Florida, man, these boys are like, it's too hot. I was moving with these kids. They said they had to leave at 4. They must have had a party or something they got to go to. I gave them $400 a piece to move or something. There was one last thing they didn't want to finish. They got hot at the end of the day. I said, guys, I'll give you $300 a piece for the last hour. So basically, they worked for all day for $400. I was willing to give them both an extra $600, and they both were like, "Nah, man, we're done." Like, and I was like, "So let me get this straight. You're broke enough to show up for $400 for 10 hours. Someone offers you $300 for the last hour, and you don't take it." I see people that are broker than me, and I know why they're broker than me. You know what I mean? They won't do what I would do. Like, I see people poorer than me that wouldn't do what I would do. And then I'm like, well, that's why they're poor, man. Because they refuse to do something that, like, I would sit outside till the end of time. I would put myself in the rain. I put myself through hell and high water to get ahead, man. You know? My whole life. Like, I worked the night shift, no complaints. I got in at 7. I got out at 1 or 3 in the morning. I kept doing it no matter what. You know, I just kept taking whatever God gave me. I could have been in a better place, but I did what I had to do. Came home to my dad and my mom whenever I could. Whenever I had a chance, I came home to my parents. The older I got, the more I spent time with my parents. Nothing was more important than coming home to my mom and dad. You know, that's when I knew something had changed in me, and I was different than most people. My heart was soft, man. Like, soft for my parents, soft for my friends. I didn't choose money over, you know, I didn't choose hanging out. I never had some big party that my friends invited me to. You know, I wasn't like, oh, we're going to Coachella this weekend, so I can't see my mom. Like, I've never been that dude, man. Nah. When they came to take my mom the day she died in front of me, who's in the ambulance? My mom said, my son. My son Sam's coming with me. My son Sam. Like, I know she loved my sisters, and I know, but it was her son Sam that was getting in that ambulance. It just came out of her instinctively. Her last few words, her last clear words. My son Sam will come. I was a loyal son to my mom and dad, man. They were good people, man. I was so loyal to them. I'd do anything my parents asked. As they got older, I felt so powerless watching them, you know? My dad losing his strength. And I wanted to be there to help them. And it's really sad when they disappeared. Like, I was going to spend these years of my life giving back to them to show how much they gave back to me. I didn't get to do that as much as I would have liked, you know? And, you know, I talked a lot around my dad, and I could have asked more questions. I could have listened more. Sorry. I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all. I'm just the tears of joy of how beautiful my parents were. These are tears of joy of how good my parents were to me. They were so good to me. They were good, man. And I'm blessed that I have those people in my life. I'm so blessed. So blessed. So very blessed. Fine, if we get to the bigger target, that thing would be even more money, right? Like, look. Imagine we make 22K on the drop to 44,000. We'll keep it small ball, though. Yeah. Sorry, I never mean to break down on the stream. It's so, like, I feel like it's immature of me. Like, I got to focus on the charts, man. But, man, it's, I lost both my parents the last 2 years, last 3 years, and they died 7 months apart. I'm happy they didn't have to spend too much time away from each other, Yeah, you have to live in the now. That's the truth. And the sad thing is I could lose this short in front of everybody and everyone will call me a clown. Like, it's just, this is life, man. Maybe not everybody, but there'll be some people that snicker behind my back and, wish I could take that way about my dad, man. Unfortunately, mine's a coward who left his 2 sons with a single mother and never paid child support to keep doing your thing, brother. Much love. I'm sorry to hear that, Jesse. God bless you, man. God bless you, bro. Someone says we scalp longing here. I don't think so. I don't think so, no. No, not unless the 1 minute were to crack the 200 moving average, which I don't see happening. So look, tether dominance looks like it's in a massive move up. The 1 hour looks like it's forming a descending triangle here. Even as we speak, it looks like it's going to roll over on me. It's trying to get a reversal going, but I don't know. I feel like we're breaking slowly down right now today, everybody. And you have to remember, Asia session open starts selling the market off before we even get a chance to touch it. So I'm literally sitting beside hospice with my father. My tears are not sadness, but overwhelming emotions to the life and the love they gave to me. It sounds like how you feel. Sounds like how you feel. Yeah, man. I cherish that. I was there, man. That's some of the toughest times of your life, holding your parents' hands in the hospital. May God give me the strength to overcome anything that would pull me down. Anyway, I didn't know the stream would go this long. Usually it's a 10-minute thing, 15-minute thing. I just open up to my group, to my community, to my world. And I don't hold anything back. And I don't care what people say about me. I don't care about the haters. I know that there's people that love me. And I know that God loves me. And I know my mama loves me. I love you all. God bless you all. Have a great day. Looks like it is going to be pretty much of a dump, but you never know. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. I love you. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. to go over what we talked about this morning and to kind of find out what happened. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tonight. God bless. Stay amazing. The secret to success is getting started. Live in love, baby. Keep doing something for others. Giver's Gate. And watch your life flourish. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tonight.